Here I am with the second presentation on the basis of the first chapter, sets. In the previous presentation, we have learnt about set. Set is a collection of well-defined data or object, and in the previous presentation, we have also gone through how to represent set by set builder form and set roster form. Set roster form is also called tabular form. Then here in this presentation we are going to learn about types of set. Different types of sets we have, and in this presentation one by one we are considering each and every set here. And let us start. Then the different types of sets we are getting as empty set, the finite set, infinite set, equal set, equivalent set, subset, power set also we are getting here, and then the last we are taking universal set. Each set have their own meaning. Let us start one by one. The first one we have the empty set. Then the empty set is also known as the void set and null set. We are calling empty set as void set, or we are calling this also as the null set. Then which set is empty set? A set containing no element. Here I am using a set containing no element. Suppose I am taking a set, and if I am not getting any element in that, then that set we are calling as empty set, void set, or null set. Let us take some example of empty set. Then here I am the collection of all girls in boys college. We are taking an example of a boys college, and the set I am taking here, the collection of all girls. What we know, if the college is boys college, it means that we are not getting any girl there. For this reason we are getting an empty set. We are not getting any value in this set. Collection of real root of x square plus 1. If you are taking 1 on the other side, then we are getting x square equal to minus 1. And if you are taking square on the other side, then we are getting a value which is not real. X is equal to under root minus 1, and this value is not real. And the set is collection of real root, means we are not getting any element in this. Then it is denoted, the empty set or null set we are representing by phi, or we are using curly bracket, or we are not writing any element in this. Let us take the another one, finite and infinite set. Finite set, as its name suggests, finite means the fixed value and infinite means the not fixed values. Then which set is finite? We are calling a set is finite if we can count the element of a given set. If we are able to count the number of element in the given set, then we are calling that set as finite. Suppose I am taking a set of natural numbers, and in that we are taking the natural number which are less than 5. Then which values we are getting? 1 we are getting, 2 we are getting, 3 we are getting, 4 we are getting. These are the values which are less than 5, and these values are fixed. But if I am taking a set of natural number only, then what I am getting? 1, 2, 3 and so on, uncountable. Then this one is infinite set. And go through the definition. A set is called finite if we can count the element of a given set. Otherwise it is called infinite. If you are able to count the number of element in the set, then that is finite. And if you are not able to count the number of element, then it is infinite. Let us take some example. Here I am taking a set, and in this set we are taking the element as 2, 4, 6, 8. Then this set is finite set because easily we are able to count how many elements are there. Then 4 elements are there. Second one is set of natural number. The set of natural is an infinite set. Set of divisor of a given natural number. Divisor of a given natural number. Suppose I am taking a number 18. Then what are the possible divisors of 18? 1 we have, 2 we have, 3 we have, 6 we have, 9 we have, 18 we have. Then these are the possible divisor of 18, and these are countable. For this reason, it is also a finite set. Let us take one more, equal set. Equal set are those set in which you are getting the same element. If you are comparing any two set and you are getting the same element in that two set, then we are calling that two set as equal set. Then go through the definition. Two sets A and B are said to be equal if they have exactly the same element. Order may be differ, but the element should be same. Then we write A equal to B. Otherwise, we are writing A is not equal to B. If the sets are unequal, then we are using not equal sign. And if the sets are equal, then we are using equal sign. For example, suppose here I am taking some example. The different sets I am taking A, I am taking B, I am taking C, I am taking D, I am taking. And what we are observing in A and C, if you are observing, we are getting 0, 1, 2. And in C, in set C also, we are getting 0, 1, 2. Means yes, these two sets are equal. A is equal to C. And rest of the sets are not equal. Then for equal set, the element should be same. Let us take another one, equivalent set. Equivalent set is related to the equal set, but what will be the difference? Two finite set A and B are said to be equivalent if NA equal to NB. NA and B means the number of element. If the number of element in set A is equal to the number of element in set B, then we are calling that two set as equivalent set. If the elements are not same, then it is called equivalent, and if the elements are same, then it becomes equal set. Let us take some example. Set 1 I have, in set 2 I am getting this, and what we know, we are not able to repeat the element. It means that this set also contain one element only, 2. For this reason, these two sets are equivalent. In the second one, 3, 4 I am getting in the first set, and in the second set x square equal to 4. And if you are solving this, then x is equal to, we are getting plus minus 2. Means the two elements we are getting here, means these two sets are also equivalent. One more example I am taking here. E I am taking 525. F set I am taking 1D. What we are observing, two elements we are getting in the first one, 2 in the second one. For this reason, E and F are equivalent set. Then another type we have subset, and this concept is very important. A set A, we are taking a set A, is said to be a subset of set B if every element of A is also an element of B. If you are considering two set A and B, suppose I am taking two set A, I am taking as 1, 2, and B I am taking as 1, 2, 3. Then what we are observing, the element of set A we have 1 and 2, and each element of set A lies in set B. For this reason, we are able to write A is subset of B. This is a symbol for subset. We are using this. If you are writing C, and this is a symbol for subset here. You may extend the both the sides of C, you will get the symbol. And if you are considering it is not a subset, then we are using this symbol and a cross mark. Then a set A is said to be a subset of set B if every element of A is also an element of B. In other word, what we are able to say, A is subset of B if A is an element of A and B is an element. A is an element of B. Means if the same element lies in both the set, then we are using this symbol to define a set as A is subset of B, where A is an element of A implies that A is also an element of B. Means if we are getting the same element in different set, then we are able to classify which one is subset and which one is superset. Here if you are writing if A is subset of B, then this is we are also calling as B superset of A. Let us take some example. If you are considering the set of real numbers, then the subset of real numbers what we are getting, the set of natural number is the subset of real number, set of integer, set of rational number. Then here I am using some abbreviation. Natural number is subset of integer and integer is subset of rational number. N is subset of Z and Z is subset of Q. Then the other one I am taking here Q means the rational number. Rational number is subset of real number. T I am taking as irrational number. Then T is subset of real number. But natural number is not subset of irrational number. Real number consists of rational and irrational, but natural number is not a subset of irrational number. Natural number is subset of real rational number and it is not a subset of irrational number. I think the subset concept is clear. If all the elements are lie in the other set, then we are calling that one as a subset of the given one. Then the next one we have power set, and the collection of all subset of a set is called the power set of A, and it is denoted by PA. If you are taking any set as A and the element you are getting as 1, 2, then what are the possible subset of the elements of the set A? Then that all the possible elements are called the subset of the given set. Then 1 we are taking as the set, 2 also we are taking as set, 1, 2 also we are considering as the set, and one element always we are getting 5. In each and every set we are getting an element 5. Then what are the possible elements? How will you get the possible elements in the power set of the given set? Then 2 raised to power n concept is working. If you are getting 2 element in the given set, then 2 raised to power 2 means 4 elements we are getting in the power set of the given set. And if you are getting 3 element in the given set, then 2 raised to power 3, 8 elements you are getting as the element of power set of the given set. 2 raised to power n concept. Here I am taking an example. I am taking an element as a, b. Then what are the possible subset? Then a we have, b we have, a, b we have, and phi. These are the possible subset. 2 raised to power 2 means 4 element we are getting here, and these are the 4 elements of the set A. And the last one we have the universal set. The set containing all the elements of the sets for a particular situation is called universal set. Means we are able to create universal set if we are able to take universal set if the sets are given according to the situation. Suppose I am working on the numbers which are natural numbers, then I am taking the set of natural number as the universal set, or I am taking the rational number as set of universal set, or you may take real number as universal set there. Then according to the situation we are able to take the universal set, and we are representing universal set by capital U, or you may represent by X. We are representing most of the time by capital U. Let us take an example. Here I am taking a set A, set B, and set C. Then what we are observing, the least value we are getting 1 and the maximum value we are getting 15. Then we are able to take universal set as 1, 2, 3 and so on up to 15. Or you may take the set of natural number as the universal set for this one. Means universal set we are observing, we are taking, we are making on the basis of given values. Then here I have the questions for you, and these questions are from exercise 1.2, and on the basis of the presentation you have to write the answers in the fair notebook. And which of the following are the examples of the null set? Easily you are able to classify which one is null set. For example, the first one I am taking here, set of odd natural number divisible by 2. What we know, the natural numbers which are divisible by 2 we are calling that as even number. It means that yes, this is a null set. Then you have to write first one is null set. For example, second question I am taking here, which of the following sets are finite or infinite? And the first one we have the set of month of a year, and this is also well defined. How many month we are getting? 12 month we are getting. Yes, it means that it is finite set. Then you have to write down finite set. Then 3 questions from exercise 1.2, and here I have the fourth question. In this question you have to identify whether A and B are equal or not. What we know for equal set, if the number of elements are same then yes it is equal, and if the number of elements are not same then it is not equal set. And if the question is for equivalent set, then you have to go through the concept of number of element. If you are getting the same number of element, it means that yes, the given two sets are equivalent set. And here A is for the first one. I am getting in the set elements we are getting A, B, C, D, and in set B also we are getting the same element A, B, C, D. Order may be differ. For this reason we are able to write A is equal to B. In the sixth one also you have to tell which two sets are equal set. And in question number 5 also, set builder form is given. We have to write down the element, and here the equation is given x square plus 5x plus 6 equal to 0. Then by splitting the middle term we are getting x square plus 3x plus 2x plus 6, and if you are taking the common, then x plus 3 and x plus 2 means x equal to we are getting minus 3 and minus 2. And on solving, solve this first and then tell whether the solution of this equation or not. Sai Ram to all. Questions are from exercise 1.3 also you have to solve, because we have done the concept of set and not a subset. Then these elements are given and you have to use the symbol in the blank whether the given sets are subset of each other or not. And in the other one we have to examine whether the following statement are true or false. Here I am taking A, B, and the first one is given A, B is not a subset of B, C, A. Then it is false, because we are getting the element of set A in set B. A and B we are getting the element of set A, and A or B also we are getting in the second set also. For this reason, yes, it is a subset of the given one. Then the question number third is very important in this, and what we have, you have the given set is 1 2. Here you have to observe 3 4 is an element of 3 4 is an element, or you may call it belongs to 3 4 is an element of set A. But if you are talking about the subset, then 3 4, to make it a subset we have to use one more curly bracket, and this also belongs to, or it is an element, it is not an element of A, it is subset of A. And this you have to learn which one is the element, which one is the subset. Then in question number 4 you have to write down the possible subset, means the power set. And the concept, we know how many elements we are getting in the power set, then 2 raised to power n concept we are using. For the first one we are getting the 2 element as the subset of the given set. For the second one we are getting 4. For the third one we are getting 8 element. And for the last one, this one is similar to the question of 5. If you are getting no element, then how many power sets are possible? Then if you are getting no element, then no, we are not getting any power set there. 2 raised to power 0. Only 2 raised to power 0 means only one element we are getting, and that element is 5 only. Sai Ram to all.